Um, I more so like to see thought process with respect to what are general trends. And I think here we're going to see that instead of trying to predict exactly what they're going to do, because as an example, something called a qualified small business corporation share and an exemption that relates to that, which today allows us to, roughly speaking, uh, sell shares of a qualified company for, I'm just going to round off the numbers, 900,000, and we receive the amount tax free. Well, since I was a co-op student, there was fear of that deduction being eliminated. And I don't know, roughly half the year since I've been practicing, that fear has been expressed to clients to say, the sky is falling, it's coming, it's coming. And sooner or later, us accountants, we're going to get it right. It's only taken us, 35 years now. We're going to peg that puppy, though, sooner or later. But if we would have actually, quote unquote, pegged it and changed everything we were doing, I lost 35 years. So I'm pretty cautious of that. I like preparing for, right now, obviously, there's just a ton of money being spent in terms, or has been spent in COVID. With today's announcement this morning, or whenever it was, I guess I read it this morning, maybe it was yesterday, but I'm not predicting any decreases to spending. I don't think we can predict any decreases in defense spending, for example, from current events. So now you got kind of a trifecta that is saying there's a lot more spending coming. There's got to be more taxes. So how are we going to, too many people are focused on what today's taxes are, what today's benefits, pros, cons are. Let's start talking medium and long term. Now we're having a useful conversation. I really don't care what I save tomorrow. Not that I don't want to save, but I'm far more concerned about saving more in my estate, succession planning for my charities, my business. I need to make sure my business is going to operate 5 years from now, 10, 20 years from now. I really don't care about tomorrow. Tomorrow I can handle. It's down the road that I've got a lot of opportunity. And to me, that's where the planning opportunities are.
So do you think that somebody should have a planning session with you now that these new changes are coming, where likely there's going to be, and again, no one's got a crystal ball, but I'm getting, I guess, like you said, more spending, more inflation, likely more taxes, with this new partnership with the Liberals and the NDP. Should people be having a call with you, with accountants, just to see that, should something, things be taxed more, that they have a plan?
I think they should be doing it all the time, because I'm using those as today's examples. A year ago, I'm sure I could have given you different examples. Next year, I'll give you some more examples. Today seem pretty acute compared to normal, perhaps. But I think it should be something that's more constant, where there's always a plan, and not that it needs to be neatly typed, if you will, and in a Surlock's binding type of high school, university type of thing, or at least for my age. But no question, I think there needs to be a greater game plan that is being tweaked as circumstances change, not necessarily radically overhauled. But I do think there's too many people kind of operating on what I'm going to call a base system, where there's literally planning out there that, and as real estate investors, we should be the first ones to get this. We can use other people's money to pay for our taxes. As real estate investors, why wouldn't we do that? It defies my understanding. It defies my understanding why we're planning for, again, saving taxes today, trying to get that, ensure that we don't pay too much to the accountant, to the lawyer, to the mortgage broker, to this, that, and the other person to acquire that property. Whereas if we invested a little bit of money, we'd be saving a chunk, more so on the tax side. And with my professional colleagues in all different degrees, and it's no different than repairs and maintenance and doing proper contract work on a property. We may be doing it from a hands-on aspect or a paper aspect, but why aren't we building that portfolio, spending a little bit of money for some quality, and not get too excited if it costs a little bit of money to do it. Let's start talking value added. Let's not start talking cost.
Yeah, 100%. Awesome.
Okay.